I think many people are surprised to find out that defensive coordinator Steve Wilks no longer has a job. So for all the questions about Kyle Shanahan and the decision to take the ball first in overtime, things we debated right after the Super Bowl when we were at the Venetian, now all of a sudden the 49ers have made a definitive statement that they think Wilks and the defense was the problem. I don't know what to make of it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was surprising. Steve Wilks, I don't think did a bad job this year, but you could see his defense slipping at the end. The playoffs, they weren't great in many ways. They were great in the first half of the Super Bowl, but the rest of the playoffs was kind of a mess for them at times. I think what a lot of this is, Fitz, is the San Francisco 49ers got a little bit spoiled at defensive coordinator. You go from Robert Saleh, who, whatever we think about him as Jets head coach, he was a fantastic coordinator for them, to DeMeco Ryans, who might be the biggest rising star in NFL head coaching right now. You take a step back from that even a little bit with Steve Wilks, and you make him a scapegoat. You're not on the same page. Look, I covered Kyle's dad, Mike. Mike liked to get rid of defensive coordinators sometimes, right? Offensive coach, when things don't go wrong, who are you going to blame? You're going to blame the defensive guy. It strikes me as a little bit of that here. I don't think this was a Super Bowl thing. I don't think this was, oh, Steve Wilks is great, but now we lost the Super Bowl, so we're going to fire him. I think this is something that doesn't come down to the results of one game or not getting a fourth down stop in overtime or anything like that.
The 49ers, to be very blunt, are behind the hiring cycle, right? Like defensive coordinators have already been swooped up. So right now, if you're the 49ers, you're either looking for somebody that didn't get hired yet in this cycle, or you're trying to steal somebody from another team that you're essentially promoting, or you believe you have somebody on staff that can handle it. We get so consumed with game day that we don't necessarily think about what planning and conversations went in all week. So what we don't have knowledge on is how much conversation there was all week leading up to the Super Bowl, all 2 weeks to the Super Bowl, all throughout the playoffs, of Shanahan basically saying to Wilks, I want to run this, I want it to look this way, I want to do these things. And then when you see it in the game, successful or not, if it doesn't match the plan you discussed, then all of a sudden you have an issue between coordinator and head coach.